Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, yay! And we made a little bit of progress. We've now got some mounting points down here. Let me show you what we got. We now have a spire down here, and we have a connection point. Why? Well, easy. Because we're going to be building the expansion portion of the carrier ship. But first, we have to get started. So let's go. So, happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week. And like I said, we are going to start working on this ship. Alright, so what we're going to end up with here is, I don't know if I'm going to do a landing gear. You know what? Let's just go ahead. Should still be within range of Bob. Everything else has been. Come on, Bob. Oh, there it goes. Okay. What you missing? Just a little oomph. Okay. And there we go. So hopefully Bob will weld that up for us. Perfect. And that gives us a nice level spot to start building from. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I'm not quite sure how far out Bob is going to go, so we're going to drag this out a few blocks and see if Bob welds all that up for us. Alright, so what we're going to end up with is the current ship is 18 or 19 blocks wide, 5 blocks tall, and 16 blocks deep. So we're going to have a little bit of stuff going on where we're going to have to figure out basically how we're going to deal with all of that. Now, one of the things I was trying to figure out is how did I want to deal with hangar space, because we want to have hangars on board the ship. And what I'm thinking is we're actually going to have hangars on top of the ship, or have a hangar on top of the ship. So let's see, is Bob going to keep welding all that up for us? Let's bring this out, I don't know, about to there, maybe. Yeah, that should be good. At least to get us started. So basically what we're going to do is, this will eventually be ground off once we disconnect it. And what I'm trying to do is establish where the general shape, or the general shape of the ship is going to reside. Now that should be okay. I'm not seeing it in any of the voxels. Should be okay. Alright. So yes. That's going to be there. How many blocks are we here? Now I said it's 16 blocks long. I guess I should say deep. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now that's big enough for the other ship to basically land on. And we're going to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and from here it's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, just because. Alright, so that's how much space, basically the stuff up here is how much space we're looking at dedicating. to having the ship be able to land on it, right? To be joined in here. Because what I want to do is I want to leave it so that the ship we have stays its own ship, and we'll have a merge block on this ship so that it'll basically be able to, they'll lock in together. Once they're locked in together, then they fly off to wherever they need to go. So this will actually be a fully realized ship. It'll have its own commands, its own command area. But it's also going to have all of the facilities on it. So we're going to have like we're going to have full refineries. We're going to have additional assemblers, probably 2 large reactors, maybe more. Depends on, how frisky I feel. But we're also going to have a hangar on it. And the hangar, let's see, we said it's 5 blocks tall, right? So what I'm thinking is we're going to have, let's go with, I'm probably going to have to come out and scrape all of this down with the mining vehicle. Yeah, come here, you. And yes, I know Bob's going to weld some of this stuff up, and that's fine. All right. So yeah, like I said, basically, this is going to be the general size of the ship. Or at least the landing area. Alright. Six. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this set up so that it basically slopes down into a low point all the way across, up and back over on this side, so that eventually, once we have everything figured out, because that cradle area is going to be the last place that we work on. But what I want to do is have it set up so that the cradle basically reflects this ship. So you'll have basically an indent in the lower portion of the ship that thing will rest in. So what I'm trying to do is just figure out roughly where we need spacing, because I want it to sit. I'm thinking I want it to sit there, so it's going to need to be 1, 2. It's going to be 2. So that's going to be flipped the other way. I want that to be there, and this is basically where it's going to sit flush. So it's going to be 3 blocks down. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Alright. So, like I said, we're just trying to get an idea of how much room we have. Basically, nothing can go above that level. Right? At least in this area.
Energy low.
And then that's going to come up a couple. How many blocks is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. Down 2. And like I said, all we're doing is building out the very, very basic framework of this thing, just so we can figure out what our spacings are. Okay. Right. Now that means we actually do have enough room This is going to be a huge amount of space. This is actually enough space that I may not extend this out much further. Oh, I'm tempted to just build within this area, honestly, because this is pretty huge. Because I can always drop further down here. Like, I can always bring this down more if I need to. If we bring this down 3, I'm gonna worry about that. See, I don't want to get to the point where this thing is just completely unwieldy. Because we're quickly getting to that size. So I'm kind of thinking I want to not go much bigger than what it already is. So if we do that there.
Energy critical.
Bring you down over here. And we can cut all of that out since we have our general spacing, and that's really only going to serve to confuse me. There we go. Right. And this can come out as well. So we did what, 21 across, right? So if we go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay, so that's, this is midship right here. Oh, crap. You know what, I think I'm gonna bring the little miner over here. Oops, come on, get in there. There you go. Ooh. Yes, I think we're gonna, where's that, turn that on and unlock you. And what we'll do is we'll bring this little guy out with us. I did think about bringing the mobile bobs, but I want to have those on that other on the other ship just in case. I saw some debris. And like I said, we know we're going to have to come over here to grind some of this stuff out anyway, so let's go ahead and do that really quick. See, one of the other reasons to bring the mobile bobs over is that we would have some turrets basically over here to defend us a little bit. I'm doing excavation, not mining on this. Like I said, we're just basically trying to clear out some space. Make it easy for us, right? So just going to get a little bit more of this cut out. Start working our way over here. All right. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. It's middle of the night. It's almost 12:30 a.m. Middle of the night, and my sinuses are kicking off. Okay. All right. Well, since we have you out here anyway, let's go ahead and put you to work here. All right. Okay. So that clears out that area for us quite nicely, actually. Is that all of it? Come in here and do a little bit of, just a little bit of cleanup here, right? That should be good. Alright, and Bob's doing his thing. Alright, so that gets us that gets us a building area, at least. Like I said, this is really just to encompass the ship that's going to be landing on it. A couple more of these. There you go. And I'll probably come back and trim all of that off a little bit later. Like I said, I'm not really overly concerned with anything above this line, simply because of the fact that this is the actual area that we're building within. Right. So let's go ahead and get... Before I place that, I want to make sure we are not touching voxel. We are not, but you are a little close for comfort. Because space engineers being space engineers, you never know when it's going to count that as voxel collision. Now, for those who are new to the channel, haven't seen me do a big build like this before, what I like to do is I like to define the area that I'm trying to stay within. Once I have a feel for basically what we're looking at space-wise, we'll come back and we'll add or detract as we need to, or I should say subtract as we need to, in order to get things to fit the shape that we're looking for. But I think that is going to be pretty good for what we've got right now. We're going to be bound within that area. We'll need a reactor room. We're going to need hangar. So if we cut in 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 2. Did we do 5? We did 4 spaces. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. And we're carry this line through. All right, so I want 2, 3, 4. Should be 4 spaces in between each of those. We'll have this come over here just for a bounding area again. There we go. And then on this side, we're going to do the same thing. 2, 3, 4 spaces and that. And up, right? Okay. So what we're going to end up with is this is going to be our central hangar space. I don't know if we're going to do hangars, have the hangar coming in from the top or from the bottom. Like I said, I'm really tempted to do, or I'm kind of wanting to do from the top. But the problem that we run into with that, and I can actually take all this out, I think. If I need it, I can always put it back. There we go. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is we'll have the space down there, because I'm not inside gravity, right? Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of that for a second. Alright, so like I said, that big center area will be our hangar. Alright, for our for whatever vehicles we take with us. It also gives us the ability to have space to store other vehicles. Like we could have a large grid, something fairly hefty large grid in that space. And then the little, 4x4-ish areas on either side will be smaller hangars for utility craft. Now, do I want to put cargo in down there? Because what I'm thinking is these will actually not be sitting where they are. They'll be up like, say, 2 blocks or so. Let's go out here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because what I'm thinking I may do is we may have these come in here instead. Same over here. So you go up there, you go up there. All right. And then this actually goes like so. So what we end up with is all that can come out.
Inventory full.
And let's see here. Yeah, sure. Did we cut? Yeah, we did. Okay. So what I'm thinking is something like that, maybe. Really? There you go. So you end up with a actually, that's fine. That's
Energy low.
But yeah, so you end up with something that has a shape, something like that. And then we have you guys basically come across. Alright. And then this will come back to wherever it ends up being. Somewhere over here-ish. So for those who were here for the last big ship build that I did in the last series, you'll probably recognize the shaping a little bit. If not, no worries. You'll get to see you'll get to see what it looks like when we're done. And now the question is, do I want to continue that line all the way back, or do I want to sculpt it at this point? Get rid of the merge block for right now. Let's bring this, actually. Yeah, we'll do this for now. Because I can always change that up if I need to. You
Energy critical.
are there. And we're going to need to do one of these. Yep, one too far. See if I can do this before I die of asphyxiation again. Alright. Cool. Alright, let's get up in here. There we go. And we're going to bring this whole thing down. And give us a little bit of light over here. Hopefully. Like that. And we're charged again. Okay. So what did we say? We said we want you guys... like so. And then that's going to let us do this. Ow. Headache. Alright. Which is funny, I actually have a bit of a headache. I've been on the computer for so much for the last few days. And then for here, you are going to go to that block, which is there. And should be... Did I face that properly? Yes, I did. Okay. That's good. Because I'd really hate to have screwed that up. Alright, so what we're gonna do from here is all of the armor that goes below this point will actually be heavy armor blocks. So because this is what I was thinking is that we would do... let's go... We're just gonna do... I think of regular blocks here. And do I want to drop it down another? I think I want to drop it down a little bit. So we'll do is. So the question is do I want it like this? So if we go here, there, and it's basically going to follow the same line around. This then goes like so. Let's just go that way. To here. To there. And then we just won't finish that area while we're working on this whole thing. That could be a good line, actually. We want this to be, basically this is going to be full width. So the question is how much space will we have inside, in the interior space, when we get some of this stuff in here. And, you know, we'll have to clean up the corners and everything, obviously, but just trying to get an idea here what we're looking at. Alright. Alright, and then you are going to be basically from here. And to there. Let's see, how's that looking shape-wise? I'm kind of liking the way that's going. Because what we can do here is we do that there, that there, and then we can do this to that. And see what we end up with is something that basically goes like so, that we can tie into this shape here. And worst case scenario, we can actually just do, instead of using these guys, we can do the half block ramp, which is this one. We could do that instead to tie it together here if we needed to for some reason. I'm not thinking we're going to need to, but you never know. Alright, so let's bring that over. Now that's going to give me... So like I said, most of the stuff down there will probably be pulled out, like all this stuff will be pulled out, and we'll use heavy armor blocks for it. Because that's going to be basically our, the lower level of our skin. And if we do that, then it does become a question of, are we doing, this is basically where all of our flooring is going to be at this level. Yeah, I think that should look good when it's done. So, I mean, that still leaves us the option that if we wanted to, we could actually have the hangar doors here. So you'd have your main hangar, you'll have your side hangars on either side. I'm thinking operations will be here. Yeah, I think it's going to make sense to have. Oh man, yeah. See, this is rough because if I want to do a top hangar, basically the hangar will have to be under where the ship docks, which defeats the purpose of it. So it's either going to need to be on the front or it's going to need to be on the bottom. And then we'll have this be engineering. Alright, and if we're doing that, I'm gonna have thrusters on that side that need to be dealt with. Alright. So basically this thing is gonna sit down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 back. And that's 3. Can I get through here? Oh, I can. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we said 5 back, and then it's a space of 6. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in from the edge. So it's going to be 7 in from the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 3, 4, 5, 6.
Energy low.
Okay. So that's basically where those thrusters are going to sit. Alright. And then the large thrusters will be basically over here. So I'm thinking we go with, let's go ahead and drop heavy armor blocks in here. This is basically just keeping it, you know, from melting our face when we're in here. You better show your 9. Okay. It's going to come out from there. And just trying to get an idea of where everything kind of needs to sit. Okay, so how far in? That came 2 in from the wall here, so let's go ahead and bring this up to the layer. And then it comes in 1, 2, yeah. Right? Yes.
Energy critical.
Actually, no. Cuts in. Okay, that's why, yeah. Alright, no, that's right. Comes in 1, so that's basically where it's going. And that would end up effectively running out to here. And we're going to change this up so that there will be hangar doors here. But I do think we're going to go with the hangar doors on the front of the ship. We could go ahead and bring these all the way out. Let's go ahead and jump in the ship really quick, get our power charged up. Ooh, close. And while we're recharging, we'll reposition our light source. And we have light again. Okay. Not that it's really doing much for us anyway, right? But, right. Okay, so that gets us most of what we're looking for. Alright, so that's all there. This is back wall. So if we do that, and then basically we have this be door space. That's door space. And then we have our doors here. 1, 2, 2. That actually works out exactly the way I need it to. Because what we can do is we can actually use these guys. And again, just to this would come up like so. So 2, so you're, so you stop there, 1, 2. Right. And then that means all this can go out. And that's basically your hangar entrance right there. And then we can sculpt back from that. Thinking we'll end up with Because we were saying we'll use this for hangar space, but I don't actually know if we'll end up using that for hangar space, now that I'm looking at it. I mean, I guess I can. So you would be 2, 3, 4. So and we end up with the same situation on this side, which you're not going to fit there. So I guess we'd have to Alright, and then we're going to end up with the same here. Can I get... no. I mean, I guess I could go with a smaller hangar on this side. I mean, this could even be not a hangar, but this could actually be where you go to get in and out of this hangar space. Let's do that, I think. To have Bob take that stuff apart. Change our paint color because we can. More because we have to. I mean, hell, I'm almost tempted just to say, make that a hangar, make that a hangar, and then not make this stuff hangars. We could actually put our habitation stuff in on these two sides, which might not be a bad idea. Because if we put habitation in here, we can put refining on the exterior. And then we have... I mean, I could even slope this in. How's that starting to look? I think I'm liking that. All right. So Bob is set to weld before grind, so once he catches up to everything, he'll eventually get rid of those for us. We are going to do glass door blocks, which we know to be airtight, so that's not a problem. It just means Bob's going to be busy for a while because these are a lot of steel plates. Alright. So now the problem that we're looking at here, or a potential problem that we're looking at, is now where are we going to mount thrusters on the exterior portion, because I want this to be basically is going to be solid. I guess this is going to drop down then. So I can drop down. Damn it. There we go. Okay. And we'll go ahead and finish this side off. I think we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up here for today. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Oh, come on. Really? I swear. Anyway, as I was saying, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those down in the section below. If you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, and want to do something nice for me today, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Not only do the likes, the comments, and subscriptions help the channel to grow, it helps me to know that you're enjoying the content, and well, that's what I'm here for. Oh, my hay fever is going crazy. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, we're coming up on 1 a.m. at this point, and I want to get some sleep tonight, so... Oh, we're going to go ahead and let Bob do some welding. And when we come back next time, we should have a bit more of this stuff done. Get this out of here. I forgot to grab all these. There we go. But yeah, so we should have a bit more of this stuff done. We still haven't figured out where we're doing our piping yet. So we'll have to do that portion, which honestly is probably going to be mostly in the walls and under the floor, under the armor skin. So there. Which is why I may end up cutting that out and putting the doors in here anyway, and we just basically stack it up a little bit more. But yeah, we want to get the rest of this in. Let Bob get all of this welded up if we can. And we'll start figuring out where we're going to put habitation and everything else. So, I mean, we could even go wider. We could add some length to it. Which, I mean, I'm still not opposed to. Because, I mean, we could even do something like have a primary hangar out here with a secondary hangar. This would be, let's say, like our fabrication room or something. Like fabrications repair or whatever. So, I don't know. I'll have to take a look around, see if there's any good reference ships to take some inspiration from. I'm almost tempted to see. There's a ship. For those who don't know, I play Star Citizen in my downtime, and there's a ship that hasn't been put into the game yet, but it's being added at some point in the next like 3 or 4 centuries, called the Crucible. And I'm almost tempted to tear this entire thing down and basically rebuild the Crucible and use the saucer section from the ship up there, so it won't be able to detach. It'll actually just be part of the ship. I don't know. Alright, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again for stopping in. I do appreciate you folks hanging out with me and spending time with me. I know you have lots of options, so it's always always an honor to have people be willing to spend time and listen to you ramble while you're building something that looks like a bunch of spaghetti. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and hope you have a fantastic weekend. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Let's get this thing docked up, and we will call it a night.